Okay, so in order to make your polynomial functions project, you have to use the same data used for your Introduction to Functions project and the chart that you did for Introduction to Functions. You're going to add a trend line into your chart, which will hopefully hit most of your data points. For mine, I go up to Chart Design, but yours, you may have to look over here for a menu where there's a plus sign that you can click on to open up the menu. But what we want to go to is Add Chart Element. And so I'm going to add the trend line, and I don't see polynomial, so I'm going to click on More Options. And when I click on that, that opens up this menu. I click on polynomial, and there we go. I want to see the equation, so I'm going to click on Display Equation. I'm going to move the equation so I can see it better. That changes the menu because I clicked on the equation. I'm going to click back on the line so I can fix that. I want it to be a higher degree, so the order is the degree of your polynomial. So notice when I change it to 3, we now have a third degree polynomial function. And I'm going to triple click on that to copy and hit Control C to copy that and go back to my spreadsheet and paste that in over there. And I'm going to click on Wrap Text so we can see that a little better. And I'm going to paste it again into my first cell that I want to have data in, because I'm going to use that equation to calculate so that we can see what our equation gives us as opposed to just our straight real life data. Now I have to go in and tidy this up a little bit. I have to add an asterisk, which turns it into multiplication, because otherwise it just doesn't know what you're doing. And then I have to add the caret symbol to show the exponent. So I'm going to do that. But now, what's x? I have to tell the computer what x is. So I'm going to actually delete the x, and then I'm going to go over and grab and just click on my first x value. So everywhere there's an x, I'm just going to go back and click on that x cell. That's our first x value we're going to use from our actual data for the x column. So now everywhere there was an x, there's now an A2. And now I can hit enter and see what it gives me. Now I need to format that, and maybe I want to add the $sign. And now I don't have to do that every time. I can just go up here and grab this little square in the corner there and make sure that's the black plus sign, and then drag that down, hold and drag, and it'll fill in the whole column for you. Now, so to answer the last questions on the activity, what I want you to do is go and pick some, and see if you click on A at the 8th, it's A8 and all of that. And I want you to go in and fill in some larger number for whatever your x column is. Let's say 120 miles per gallon. What does that give me? Well, it actually, for my equation, it gives me a negative. I'm going to change the format here to currency so we can see that negative sign. But you see, that doesn't really work very well. Let's change it to currency. There we go. Now we see our dollars, and it's actually, the equation is giving me negative 53,529, which means the people would pay me to buy the car, which doesn't make any sense. So for these lower numbers, where I saw the function going close to the values, it works pretty well. But as we go forward, it doesn't work very well. So it helps us to see what we can and can't do with polynomial functions. You know, we might be able to make it hit those data points in certain places pretty well, but then going into the future, it doesn't work quite as well.